Let me say something that might sting a little. There are people in your industry right now who are half as good as you, and they're getting double the clients, double the speaking invites, and double the fees. I know, because I've watched it happen for years. The most qualified expert in the room is rarely the one getting the biggest opportunities, and it has nothing to do with your skills, your experience, or even your results. It has everything to do with one thing: visibility. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact reason why being great at what you do might actually be holding you back, and the specific framework I use to turn business leaders into the most recognized names in their industry. And if you stay till the end, I'll show you how to do this without spending 40 hours a week creating content. Quick intro, if we haven't met before, my name is Corey Turner. I run a company called Automated Authority, where we work with business leaders to create content that positions them as the proven authority in their field. I've worked with founders, consultants, executives, and service providers across dozens of industries, and the pattern I'm about to share with you is the single most common thing I see separating the leaders who command premium fees from the ones who are constantly chasing clients. Here's what nobody tells you when they start building a business. The market doesn't reward the best, it rewards the best known. Think about it. When someone needs a surgeon, they don't do a 200-point skills assessment of every surgeon in the city. They Google who's written about. They look for a person who's been on a podcast. They ask around, hey, who's that name of that person with that specialty? The same thing is happening in your industry right now. The research backs this up. Studies on buyers' behavior consistently show that before a high-value decision, prospects look for signals of authority, and those signals almost always come from content, media presence, and reputation, not your portfolio or qualifications, unfortunately. And here's the trap that most talented people fall into. They think if they just do better work, the reputation will follow. They believe in a kind of professional karma. Put in enough good work and eventually people will notice. But that's not how it works. Never has been. And in 2026, with AI flooding every industry with generic content, the gap between the invisible expert and the recognized authority is getting wider, not smaller. If you're not intentionally building your authority right now, you're falling behind. Let me paint you a picture of what this actually costs you. You lose deals to competitors you know you're better than because they've been on a podcast, written an article, posted the LinkedIn content. They showed up first. You spend your time chasing referrals and cold outreach because inbound doesn't work when nobody knows who you are. You undercharge because when you're not the recognized authority, you can't justify premium pricing. And clients will push back on rates because they don't already trust you. And the worst part, you know you're capable of more. You've done the work, you've had the results, and you have the expertise. But the world just doesn't know it yet. That's the invisible expert problem, and it's completely fixable. After working with dozens of business leaders to build their authority, I've distilled it down to 3 things that, when done consistently, turn invisible experts into the most recognized voice in their space. I call it the recognized authority framework. Most business owners are too broad. They're trying to be relevant to everyone, so they're memorable to no one. The first move is to get laser specific about your lane. What is the one problem you solve better than anyone? What's your bold, specific point of view on how that problem gets solved? The leaders who dominate the industry don't just have expertise, they have a stance, a clear perspective that creates a tribe of people who agree with them and positions them against the conventional wisdom everyone else is repeating over and over again. Here's an exercise. Write down this sentence. I believe that the industry conventional wisdom is wrong, and here's why. That's the beginning of your authority positioning. Part number 2, package your intellectual property. Once you know your positioning, you need to package it. Your ideas need a name, a framework, a system, something that makes your thinking tangible and memorable. Think about the people you know as authorities in your space. They almost always have a name framework, a signature method, or a proprietary process. This isn't about being fancy. It's about making your expertise transferable. So when someone hears your idea, they can repeat it to someone else. That's how you build a reputation that spreads without you in the room. Your framework becomes your content engine. Every piece of content you create teaches one piece of that framework. Over time, the audience starts to see you as the person who owns that idea. Part number 3, publish consistently. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think they need to be everywhere. Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, email, podcast. and they burn out in 3 weeks. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be somewhere consistently for long enough that your ideal client starts associating you with the problem that they have. Pick one platform where your clients actually spend time, create one piece of content per week that teaches one idea from your framework. Do that for 90 days. You will not recognize your inbound. It'll be so good. The key insight here is you don't need 1 million followers. You need the right 500 people who know who you are and trust you. That's microframe, and it's far more valuable than going viral. I promise. Now here's the challenge with everything I just described. You're a business owner. You're already wearing 10 hats. The positioning, the framework, the consistent content creation. It sounds great in theory, but finding the time and knowing exactly what to say is where most people get stuck. That's exactly why we built Automated Authority. We work with business leaders to do the heavy lifting. We extract your expertise through a simple process, turn it into a consistent stream of authority content across the platforms that matter, and position you as the go-to voice in your industry without you having to become a full-time content creator. Our clients regularly get inbound leads from content we created for them, speaking invitations based on thought leadership we published, and premium pricing power that comes from being perceived as the authority in their field. If you're sitting there thinking, I know I should be doing this, but I don't know where to start, I want to help. The first thing I'd invite you to do is drop a comment below. Tell me, what's the one thing you want to be known for in your industry? Just writing that down is the first step towards positioning. And if you want to explore what it looks like to build your authority system with our help, there's a link in the description to schedule a call with me and my team. We'll take a look at your current positioning and tell you exactly where the gaps are. No pitch, just clarity. If you found this valuable, make sure you subscribe because every week I'm sharing exactly what's working to turn business leaders into industry authorities right now. All right, catch you in the next one.